signet ring from Milton Keynes.
Yeah. At the point, the man on his knees just basically just scoffs at you. Yes, everyone can produce a ring.
Well, yes. Well, if
Insolent little peasant.
Insolent wretch.
Yes, you will see what is going to happen when you bring an innocent man in front of a court, and if you try to trick a priestess of Prius himself.
There's no trickery.
These men, and he shuffles a little bit closer to the priestess on his knees. This man and this woman, they have been after me for a long time, and they've been hunting me, and I think they're part of dark schemes. And she looks down at him, frowning slightly, but listening to him.
Lies and slander.
Of course we've been tracking him, because we need to find out who his evil companions are.
His co-conspirators.
Yes.
What
Perverting the name of
conspirators, he
justice.
cries. I'm just a normal person. I pay my taxes. I'm a true believer in the 12 gods.
Well, then why did you get attacked by a priestess and her guards then?
An honest mistake.
They clearly had reasons, and they clearly have more knowledge about this than you do.
In one point, he is right, she says. Everyone can produce a ring. And who or what can tell me whether you did not just steal them from some poor guy that you left dead in a ditch?
I have the ancestral flaming shield of my house, well recognised throughout the kingdom.
Probably you have the crest of your house on your
Yeah,
shield, and
yeah.
maybe that's a flaming shield.
Yes, it's a fire,
Yeah.
a flaming pattern or something.
Do we have something from the guys that sort of
No,
put us up to
there is
this job?
secret cult of Ryder.
Oh yeah, so
Right, maybe I shouldn't talk about it then.
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't talk about the cult.
No, it was
itself?
just generally mentioned.
Yeah, just general. Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have like a...
No, you
of
don't.
course not.
Yes, but I carry the ancestral sword of my house, as well as the ancestral shield, and the armour worn by my father, and my father's father, and my
Yes.
father's father's father,
I
and
do.
so on.
I do understand, the priestess says, that you have a lot of heirlooms carrying around.
And if I were a common bandit, I would have sold them for gold and wenches. Clearly.
Which a noble warrior of Prius
Would never do.
would obviously not do.
Yeah, well, maybe you just didn't have the time yet. But
Well, I can assure you, is there anything I can do to convince you that we are speaking the truth?
swear a solemn vow to the god of the sun.
Very well.
Fine.
Fine. I
And
swear.
she steps forward. Oh, an oath in the eyes of Prius.
Is there... How do we know that she's the real deal? Like, she could be an imposter.
She probably is the real deal because she produces
No one would be that
a small
snooty.
golden bowl and
Oh, right.
sprinkles a little bit of oil or something about
She
it,
could
and
have
then
stolen it.
invites you to swear the oath.
Well, okay, can't be any harm in it, I
So,
suppose.
do you swear honestly on your soul that you mean no harm to me and my companions, and that you are on a mission given to you by the gods?
Yes, I swear.
And you feel something like warm tingling, like a heat rushing through your skin from where you touch her
I
hand.
have a bad feeling about this.
And
Okay.
then it kind of settles into your bones, this feeling. And it's not a bad feeling,
Okay.
it's just warm,
Do I know what this
like
is?
standing
Like, is
out in the
this
sun. You have experienced something similar from other priests. This is just the power of the gods at work.
Well, it's all right then. I hope.
And she does the same small ritual with you.
Okay.
So, just to explain this a little bit, in the Dark Eye, you do have mages and you do have priests, but it's not like, for instance, with D&D, where basically both are the same, where a cleric is just using a different set of spells.
Yeah.
Here is, if you're a mage, you're born a mage. You have this ability, it's like one child in 1,000 or something like that. And a priest, they don't get the power from magic. Magic is a free-flowing energy, and the lore basically is that at some point magic was a part of the world, just like rocks or water, just another element. But at some point the demigoddess shattered this power and now it's free-flowing, and that's kind of not okay with some of the gods, especially priors usually, because it's against the natural order.
Not a fan. Okay.
Yes, he's not a fan.
I see.
While the power of the gods is always part of the natural order. Everywhere their powers are at work, you see order and you see specific structures and things like that. It's like anti-chaos.
Yeah.
Whatever they do. And
So magic by comparison is quite chaotic.
it's chaotic. Yes, and it's a power of the world.
Yeah.
It's kind of an element that has been changed into something that's everywhere, very ethereal, and that used to be part of the world. And while the power of the gods comes from a different sphere, and only flows through chosen priests and priestesses and chosen ones.
She's not going to like me very much then.
She seems to be part of, there are different kind of cults in the church of priors, and some of them are very anti-magic, and she kind of would have kicked you out at first sight. But there are also some who say magic is okay if it's used by the right people, and
In honor of the gods and
none of the
some
gods,
such.
and doing the right thing, and not hurting someone who's innocent and things like that.
Okay. Well, we've sworn this oath now. Will you now believe us?
Of course, we've sworn a holy oath, and it's upon your soul if you break it. So follow me.
Can there be cooperation between us now in this matter?
Yes, I do think so. Of course, you can also investigate, and you will be able to talk to my prisoner as soon as we've reached a safe space, a safe place, because I fear we're too close to the border.
Yes.
I smell strange things on the wind, and the heat is not natural.
Indeed.
So there's an old fort nearby that once was part of my order, and we are still allowed to use it. It's not in perfect condition, but I think it's a much safer place to rest for the night before we try to make for the lowlands. So would you follow me?
Of course.
Yes.
With pleasure.
Yes, I would like to get out of this heat as well.
It's very warm in this chainmail.
Okay. Rodrigo, Prayodan, let him up, but keep his hands tight. And she also speaks a very, very short bit about the guy who was killed in the fight to rest his soul. Because,
the guide.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very stern little ritual that's basically, don't you rise up as an undead.
And stay down.
Yes, usually there is a god who deals with the dead, the undead, Boron. He's also the god of forgetting things and of sleep. And yes, the god of forgetting things. There's someone snickering behind the camera. It's an important part because he's also kind of the god of psychotherapy. Because basically they go at it like, if you forget all the bad things that happen to you, your soul's going to be addressed.
Well, makes sense, yeah.
And yeah, he makes sure that the souls get where they're supposed to be, and that a body cannot be called up as an undead. But all the priests of all the 12 gods can speak a short little prayer to make sure this is not going to happen. They're just the specialists. And they also have a fighting branch of the Church of Boron who are specialized in going out and hitting undead things until they're not rising anymore.
Very practical.
The Golgarites, named after the raven who picks up the souls for Boron. You know, there's a lot of depth
There's
to
a lot
this
of
world.
lore behind all of this. This is
Yes. You know,
so many
there's
stories.
There's 12 gods, there's more demigods, there are then gods that are not part of this pantheon, and there's other continents, and there's such a lot of stuff to know and to learn. And you know, for every of the 12 gods there's an archdemon, and those have lesser demons, and there's a lot of weird names to learn. And signets and signs for each one of them, and things like that.
You get really immersed in this world, yeah.
Right. So you decide to follow her.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Well, how are our horses doing? Will they manage the journey to the fort?
Yes, they would. They can hold out. You shouldn't overtax them, though. guy that you think is a priest, or at least an informant of the Nameless One. He tries to go back to, they're not trustworthy, I'm innocent, and she orders him to be gagged, so she doesn't have to hear his words anymore. So he acts very meek, he acts the innocent, and he's pretty good at it. If you didn't know better, you'd be... Actually, you're not quite sure. Are you sure? You've just talked to one person who said they were part of the Church of Raja. A very charming woman, but...
Maybe you were tricked.
Yes. At dusk, you arrive at the place that the priestess said they were going to, and it is a small old fort, and you probably once watched over a pass through the mountains, which is not used anymore because you don't want to go to the other side of them. Parts of it have rotten away. The gate makes a very, very ugly sound when they open it, because the hinges have become rusty, and it's not. You can only open one part of it. And behind it, the courtyard, there's weeds sprouting, but it's still standing strong, although it's small. There's one higher tower, and the rest is lower buildings inside one strong wall. So, you're welcome to rest here if you find a room that is clean enough for your taste, and you can also rest your horses. We have fodder for all of them.
Okay. That sounds... Yes, thank you for your hospitality.
Indeed.
And thank you for the kindness and the...
I am Lucara of Gareth. I'm very sorry for not introducing me before.
All right.
And my companions are Rodrigo and Priodan out of the temple at Gareth.
Well met.
Gareth is the capital of the Midden Realm. Okay. So if she says Lucara of Gareth, she doesn't mean she's of noble birth and she's of the house of Gareth, because that would be the empress. It just means that she's from the temple. So priests and mages often introduce themselves with an "of" and then the city where they mean to be what they are.
Well, very impressive. Okay. Well, thank her and, take care of the horse and put it somewhere where it can have some rest and some food and, don't know, put my travelling gear somewhere and maybe have a drink.
You find a room where there's something like a bed left. And you can improvise something out of bits and pieces that are left in this place. The prisoner is taken to a small cell that is underground under the main tower. And Lucara basically lets you know that you're free to talk to him whenever you want.
Good.
Well, a bit of rest, and then I say we have a chat with our prisoner.
Good. Yes, if she's not going to interrogate him or something, then we'll say we have a bite to eat and then maybe go talk to him.
She retreats to pray, and she says she's trying to reach her brothers and sisters. There's a prayer, there's a miracle that she can ask her God for, that lets her talk to other priests of the same order.
Nice.
So, you can go down. There are several cells, only one of them is in use right now, of course. And he got a blanket, and he got some water, and he got a pot to piss in, and that's it. And he's sitting there.
Way too generous.
And looking up as you come in and giving you a small smile. So there you are. I was wondering who would come first.
Well, do we have something in terms of intimidation?
Yes,
or
you do
anything
have
along the
intimidation. Einschüchtern. You're not good at it. He is.
Okay.
Why don't you have a go at maybe getting him to the point where he's not pretending he's an innocent little lamb anymore?
Okay.
Because this is just going to be... this is just going to take... It's just going to waste time.
I have 9 points to spend on this.
Yes.
Oh, that's really good.
Okay.
And it's on courage, intuition, and charisma.
Okay,
charisma is not your strong
You must
Charisma's
really-
not my strong point, but...
You must be
see.
very intimidating, though.
Okay.
So, first explain to me how you try to intimidate him. What do you do?
I sort of crack my knuckles, draw my sword, rattle it against the bars, then open the door, knock over the flaming torch that is lighting
Yes.
the cell, and then, just kind of, I don't know, push him up against the wall with a sword to his throat and go, tell me all you know, you wretch.
Weasel.
You weasel.
Very good.
I'm having
Roll.
an ear to the door if anybody is walking in, because I
Yes.
don't want the Priestess of Price to walk in on us like this.
That was very, very nice role playing. I would be intimidated, so you're getting a bonus.
Oh, good.
And you're getting a bonus plus 1 for the nice role playing.
Okay.
And that basically means that all of your attributes count as 1 higher for this roll.
Oh, excellent.
Very nice.
So, in the last edition, that would only mean that kind of your you could add those points, this bonus points, to your talents points.
Yeah.
But right now they actually work on the attributes. So
Okay.
plus 1 is much more than it used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's courage,
Intuition,
and
charisma.
And charisma. Okay.
So,
So courage. Oh, I'll put this here first.
yeah.
Courage.
Courage. A 3.
3.
No problem
Nice.
there. And
15.
a
That's
15 in intuition, so you have to spend 1 point because intuition counts for 14
yeah.
for
Okay.
this roll.
So 1 point. I've got 8
Yeah.
left.
Yes.
We'll see how this goes.
5. You've got
Nice.
8 left. That's 2 levels of quality.
Ooh.
So actually, he first opens his mouth to say something, and as you start, kind of, he's like, ha, and then you have him push up against the wall. His eyes go wide. He holds up his hands. You're not sure if there's going to be a damp patch in his trousers. And he's like, I didn't know anything, but his voice is wavering.
You lie!
His eyes go back and forth between the two of you. Maybe he's hoping for some help from the not
I'm
as
just-
intimidating lady.
Oh, I'm just checking if
Background.
anybody's coming into the door or if...
What do you want from me? What do you want to hear? I'll tell you anything that you want to hear, but I don't know anything.
That's somewhat contradictory.
Don't kill me.
Oh, we've sworn a noble oath.
We've
of
sworn a
course,
noble
not
oath
to kill
not to
him,
kill you.
But
Hurting you, however, is another matter.
we can... I mean, this is just going to waste time.
What do we want to know again?
We know who you are and who you work for and who you say your prayers to at night. So you don't even need to pretend anymore.
He sighs, and suddenly he doesn't seem as afraid anymore, and shrugs his shoulders. He says, well, if you know who I'm praying to, you know that I'm not gonna crack, because my lord, what he's going to do to me if I betray his name is much worse than you creatures could ever do to me.
See about that. Well, you're not going to betray his name, you're going to betray the name of your friends and companions.
Oh, my friends and companions.
Those...
What makes you think I know any of those? You know, we're a secret cult.
Please, even in a secret cult, you've got to know where people come from, and you know who they are approximately.
Oh, do you who the people are you're working with? Do you know each other very well? Do you know the person who sent you on my tail?
Yes, and that's not the issue here. I'm not the... Talk to him, you're more intimidating than me. I'm not good at being intimidating.
Anything that you know would be of great help. Where you meet...
I'm not interested in helping you.
Oh, well, I'm interested in hurting you. Can I just bop him on the nose?
Yes, you can. And
Like, not even hard.
you don't have to roll for it.
I want to make like I'm doing a big punch, but then actually just gotta go... Boop, boop.
Actually flinches, and then you basically grins and it's nice. Nice, that's a good one. I keep that in mind. You know, he sighs. Maybe we could help each other out. You want some information, I would like to get out of here and away from this crazy bitch.
Crazy priestess.
Priestess.
We did what? We swore by the gods not to interfere. What exactly did we swear?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you one thing for free. You're not the only people looking for me. Neither is Lucara. So maybe you want me gone. Maybe you want to be gone very soon from this place.
Well, simply in the interest of time, we are not here to deal with you. We're here to find out what you know and then find your companions and find
And uncover this evil conspiracy.
Yes.
Oh, please. He rolls his eyes. You're like children.
This is so hard.
I headbutt him.
He makes a very nasal "oh" as you basically shove in his
Well, you may
face.
be very cocky about.
And he's trying to catch the blood flowing from his nose.
You may be very cocky about the things that your god will do to you, and if you betray him and all that, and you're very much.
But he's not right here.
He's
right
not
now.
here.
I am.
He's not here.
Kick him in the groin.
He goes down with a shriek and writhes on the ground, and he's breathing very heavily, and he holds up one hand. Point taken! But what I said still stands. There's going to be people coming here very soon.
How do you know?
Because they're also after me.
What
He
kind
spits
of
blood.
What kind of people are after you?
Well, the kind of people who wear red and black and bring very interesting people with horns to the parties. Red and black are the colours of the Borber Radiance, of the demon worshippers.
Oh.
And horns. How dangerous a demon is, you basically can tell by how many horns it has. So there's unhorned demons, which are tough, but you know, for you not anymore running away screaming tough, your legendary heroes, you could take them. And there's horned demons, and they are really bad news.
Ooh.
Well. I mean, we swore not to interfere, but if he should find himself in the possession of something that will allow him to end his own life, would that break our oath?
I mean,
In the possession of something that could end my life, you mean him?
We do not want a hand in your death. We do not want to harm you. Well,
I want to harm you.
Not much.
If you don't cooperate.
But if you say you are afraid of what is coming, and
You should be afraid
I'm
of
pretty
what is
sure.
coming.
Well, don't worry about us.
I'm not afraid of who's coming. You should be afraid of who's coming. They're looking for me. Well, you know, the Nameless One has helpers and eyes and ears everywhere, even in the Shadowlands. They might profess to be believers in the demons or in Borberad or whatever, but you know,
Well, you
you're
don't.
everywhere like rats.
Yes, you're a wretched little rat. You don't need to worry about us or our safety. We'll be taking care of that ourselves. But we could enable you to get out of this mess, one way or another, if you help us.
Now you're talking. Very good. So, you offer to get me out of this mess. How?
Well, if you should find yourself in the possession of, say, a small item or something that would enable you to, you know, throw off this mortal coil and not get in touch with your, you know, horned people and, you know, meet your dearest god immediately, then you don't have to worry about anything anymore. And you don't have to be on trial.
Okay, you propose to give me a dagger so I can end my own life.
Something along those lines.
Fine, what do you want to know?
Okay, well, of course I know that you might just use the dagger to try and escape.
I don't think a dagger is gonna help me against this brood.
Just trying to find a loophole if our vow has problems with this. But yes, we could do this. Well, who are the people that are your companions? Who else is in this order of yours? How far does it go?
Well, you should find a man who's a trader of fabrics and of wool in Sierpengurken. Sierpengurken is the most stupid name in all of Aventuria.
I didn't want to say anything.
And it's a classic. And there's not just Siepenburgen, there's also gerade noch Siepenburgen and other places around
This is
it. And it
hilarious.
sounds weird in German too.
How on
It's
earth would you
hilarious.
translate that?
Hilarious in both languages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zip.
That doesn't sound like anyone important.
He doesn't seem important, but believe me, if you manage to crack him, he's going to be...
What's his name?
Usually he goes by Ora von...
Anyone
Might have
else we
changed
should?
his name.
Anyone else we should know of?
Yes, there's someone claiming to be a priestess of Travia. He gives you a few more names.
Yeah. Well, I have my staff with me, right?
Now, you promised me a blade.
Well, I raise my staff at him. How do I know you're not lying? How do I know you didn't just
don't.
make up these names? There's
You
no
don't,
way.
and I don't know if you're gonna keep to your promise.
That is true, of course. Is there anything? Just keeping on the lookout. Is anyone coming, or is anything?
You can't hear anyone on the stairs down.
Okay, good. What else do we want to know?
I believe it was just names, right? It wasn't.
Yes,
That was our
yeah.
job, trying to find the names.
So we've got the names
you've got the names.
now.
Now what do we do?
Well, let's put it this way: if we keep to our oath of to the priestess. No, let me put it another way. If we break our oath to the priestess because of that weird magic thing,
Not magic.
not magic
Divine
thing, the weird divine thing,
Yeah.
then that will probably end badly for us.
Yes.
However, if we break the oath, well, not the oath, but the thing we said we'd do for the prisoner, then we didn't swear or anything, so why should we keep our word?
That's true. We didn't really promise him anything.
Nah.
You would be very welcome among our ranks. That kind of thinking is...
Set a thief to catch a thief. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be honourable and honour my word, but not.
But there's
support-
divine magic in our bones.
Yes, and also this guy is clearly a rat, and he's working for the Nameless One. I don't see why I should honour any agreements made to him. It's not like he could do anything worse to us now than he would do.
You're doing
beforehand.
a lot of explaining to yourself why you're going to do this.
Yeah, I will. I think I can live with myself afterwards.
Okay.
Well,
Is he
we'll
still-
see.
is-
I was going to suggest giving him a dagger, but I think that might somehow help him in ways that we don't know. Because there's this whole blood spilling thing,
Yeah.
blood spilling and magic thing.
That's the demon worshippers.
Oh, that's the wrong ones. Oh, okay. I thought he could do that. He's like, okay.
Maybe, you don't
Maybe,
know.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, we don't know.
Hmm.
We'll see. We're still here for a while. We can still help you out. Eventually.
You hear something now from upstairs.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of faint because obviously it's a bit farther away, but someone is calling out, "Who goes there?"
Oh, Antonio, right?
Yes.
Antonio, we should probably get back up.
Okay. I kind of throw him to the back of the cell, lock the cell door, throw away the key. No.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
not done here yet.
we'll see.
Oh, we will. He
Wipes the blood.
wipes the blood away from his face and smiles a little bit crookedly, a little bit more crooked than before.
Your tooth's in that corner.
Yeah, good luck.
I feel so dishonourable.
I don't.
I know.
Okay. So,
Okay, yeah, we should probably get back up and see what's going on, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. When you go back up, one of the two soldiers is running across the inner court from the gate. Someone at the gate, my lady. Someone at the gate, and obviously he's calling for the priestess.
Yeah.
The other one is on top of the ramparts, on top of the wall near the gate, looking down.
Oh, that better not be the demon people. That's probably the demon people, isn't it?
And you hear a slight thwack, and then a scream from the one near the gate. He obviously has been hit, but he's not down. He's just clutching something that hit him right somewhere. the leg or the hip.
Is there some kind of cover we can take in the courtyard?
You're still in the courtyard. You can't see because the gate is still closed. Who's outside? It's dark now, very dark, because it's overcast. It has been overcast day, and now there's no stars, no moon.
Flaming sword!
There's two points of light basically in the courtyard, and that's the torches. One near the door that you passed right now, and one near the gate, and the rest is cast in shadow.
Hang on, that's not a problem for me, because I can actually... Yeah, but I can also see in darkness.
You can see in darkness, yes.
Because I'm an half-elf.
Yeah, you should have. You should be able to have the first step of that, so you can see in shadows. For you, this courtyard is much more clearer, much more brighter than
okay,
for him.
not a problem.
Yeah, okay.
Because if we do make a light or something, that will just draw attention to ourselves.
Okay.
The soldier kind of hesitates now on the steps up into the tower, looks back at his companion, and cries out, "Rodrigo, Rodrigo!" The other soldier is making signs for him to go up the stairs and is hunching down behind the wall, behind the ramparts.
Do you have anything like healing magic or anything?
She's got healing magic.
Yeah.
You don't have any.
I don't know. Or any healing.
Well, I can.
Yes, you've got a healing skill. You can kind of tend to wounds.
Which one's that?
That is here. Heilkunde Wunden.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. Well, do you want to? Shall we split the party?
There's another few whistling sounds, and then there's bolts clattering to the ground around you.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to run across the courtyard in a hail of bolts and arrows.
Can I reach the wounded soldier without?
You'd have to take stairs up to the top of the wall, and then kind of in a crouch get along to him.
Okay.
Well, if you do that, where's the where did Lucara go? Maybe
Lucara is the last time that you saw her, she was retreating to the room in one of the higher levels of the tower, and that's where the other soldier is going to get her, obviously.
Okay, well, if he's already doing that, then I don't have anything that lets me see through things.
You can look through walls.
Oh,
you do have that spell.
Yeah, I think there was something. Oh yeah,
here it is. Penetrates.
I can look through walls. I could try and look through the wall to see what's outside, seeing as at the moment I can't.
So you want to kind of shuffle along the wall, not across the courtyard, but around.
So I have to be right next to the wall that I want to see.
I think so. Let's look at the cards.
Very practical, these cards, I have to say. It's quite good that you don't have to look in the book for each spell.
Or search a wiki.
Yes, I think you have to be very close to the object you want to look through.
Okay, I think that would help, and then I wouldn't have to put myself in danger on top of the wall.
Yeah, I also think I'd like to try and get to the guy and heal him, because I do have a massive shield, so I can just,
Yeah.
Yes, so you're up the stairs, your shield at the ready, kind of protecting yourself from bolts.
Yeah.
Outside you hear someone muttering something. Oh, and it's not in Garethi, which is the language that most people in the Midden Realm speak. It's something else. You could do a roll to find out what it is, because you know magic. And
yes, I can try that. I mean, if I hear it.
Yeah.
So, Magie.
Sagacity, intuition.
Sagacity.
But it's hard, so now we're going to do a harder roll. Okay. So all of your attributes are going to be 2 less.
Oh, great. So sagacity, intuition.
You're good at that. So instead of 18, 16, you have to roll 16, 14. That's possible, and you have 12 points to spend.
Right, so sagacity.
That's
just about.
That's 15.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Another sagacity. Yep.
All right.
And intuition.
Oh. Intuition. Okay, intuition is 14 for this roll, so you have to spend 6 points to get to the 20, and you have those because you have 12.
Yes, I have 12 points.
The 20 is not automatically failed in this case.
Oh, good.
Okay, so...
so now I have 6 points left in my
That's
talent.
two levels of quality, which means you do recognize what it is, and it is an invocatio. It is a complicated ritual spell to call a demon.
Oh god.
And someone has been going at this for quite some time, or is maybe there. You can also call a demon and then order him to stay around until he's called again.
Great.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So probably the person outside is either calling a demon or she's giving instructions to one in the demonic language right now.
I don't think I have to look through the wall anymore.
Well, it still might be good to see how many people are there.
Well, doesn't really matter if there's a demon.
You want to take a look down from the wall.
Yeah, you're on the wall. You can
Oh.
check.
I don't know, the last guy who did that got hit by an arrow.
You've
so
got a
maybe-
great big shield.
Yeah, but... Okay, I'll take a look, sure.
You take a short look. What you-
Antonio, how many are there?
What you can see is that there is some strange yellow sulfurous light emitting from the hands, the eyes and the mouth of a woman who's standing at the back of a small group. There's 4 more people in front of her who are cranking their crossbows
Oh, God.
that they loosened. And she's wearing a long robe. The colors are hard to tell because of the very strange yellowish greenish light, but she's probably wearing red and black.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whatever she's doing, you can smell sulfur in the air, and there's heat on the air.
Is there a
that's not
nearby rock I
natural.
can throw at her?
You can throw a rock at her, of course you can.
Just
Anytime you want to.
to be petty.
Okay, that would be an improvised throwing weapon,
Yeah.
which means you use your talent for throwing weapons,
Oh, yeah.
but you there's going to be a subtraction to it, so
Okay.
you can use 4 points less, I'd
4
say.
points. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
You've
excellent.
got an attack of 12, and this works like this: you use your value in attack for a weapon, and you have to roll 1d20, and you have to roll the same or less.
Okay.
But it's just 1 die. this
See a
time it's
demon
one.
worshipper. Throw a rock at her.
So you need an 8 or less in this case
8
to
or
make it work,
less.
because you're just lobbing a rock and
Yeah.
not using a throwing knife or
Yeah.
something like that.
That's difficult.
That's 1. Oh my god! Roll again, and if you've got an 8 or less again, a 2. Oh my god! That's one of the best throws I've seen for a long time. So you lob a rock and you hit her basically right in the face, and there's a moment of hesitation, and she's kind of stepping backward, and she has to test basically whether she manages to keep going to doing what she's doing, and of course she also gets hit points subtracted.
Yes!
So you roll
Face.
a
Well
d6, and then we're gonna double that because you're very good.
Excellent.
Very good. So whatever she's been doing, she stops doing it, and there's a lot of blood suddenly on the ground, and she's screaming out. But what happens is that she's wearing jewelry, and the jewelry kind of evaporates. It just disappears, turns into a shadowy cloud, and then something emerges from that cloud.
Oh.
And while she goes down screaming, a hand to her face, something appears that obviously was ordered to stay with her until she was attacked, which you just did.
Oh dear.
She loses 12 hit points, which is a lot in the Dark Eye.
Well, for comparison, that's
You've got
I've got
21,
21, so
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
that's-
squishy, you're a mage,
Yeah.
but you're a legendary mage, so that's
yeah.
not bad.
But you don't have.
He's got 39.
39.
Yeah, 39, yeah.
So yeah, 12 is a lot.
He's
yeah.
not squishy at all.
That was a very...
Very good rock. to-
And she's not
rock
wearing any armor or
Yeah.
anything, so
Yeah.
that gets subtracted in full.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That
was
that's great.
That hurt. That hurt a lot.
Good.
I should throw rocks at demon.
Yes. Yeah, but
Demons more often.
she's down. The 4 people are kind of there's a lot of exclamation of what and how. But the shadowy thing is now fully formed, and there's a figure standing there, a silhouette of someone wearing a long dark cloak. But you can see 2 eyes burning in a yellowish reddish light beneath that cloak. No face, nothing, just those 2 eyes. And then the creature is slowly raising its hands, and in its hands there appears one flaming sword and one flaming whip, and then its eyes move upwards and it sees you.
Oh god.
And it starts moving towards you. And since it's not from this world, it's unnatural. it just walks up the wall towards you.
What, like sideways?
Oh, great.
Or
It
just
just
or in
turns-
the air?
No, it's just basically treats the wall like the ground. And
Oh,
walks up
okay.
it.
You can't
And inhibited
hurt
by
it
gravity.
because you don't have.
He can. He's not very good at it.
Oh, right.
But
That's been a change. In the 4th edition and the editions before that, it was like you cannot hurt a demon without a weapon that has been blessed by a god or that is magic. So your staff can hurt a demon just normally. A blast weapon is very good at it. If you get a blast weapon of the god who is kind of the counterpart to the archdemon that demon belongs to, that's the best. And usually a normal weapon wouldn't do a thing. With a new edition, you can at least do half the damage you normally do.
okay. Is there any sign of the priestess?
Not
Can I-
yet.
Now would be
Can
a
I
good
get
time.
her to bless my weapon? So
That
I
would
could-
take some time.
Oh,
You
damn.
probably won't have that. She can also make your weapon magic, but you would need a few hours to do that, and you
Yeah.
don't have those.
Don't have a few hours. Curses.
Preparation is all.
Yeah.
Okay, do I hear or see any of this? Probably not. I probably just saw you throw.
We probably heard someone go, "Oh my god, my face!"
Yes, you heard someone scream, and then you heard a very very strange noise, like the wind going through ruins, kind of screaming and screeching noise.
Is there anything that I, as a mage, can do to prepare myself before I go into like magical battle or something, or do I need to do something, or can I just go?
Basically, no, you can't with the core rules. The thing is, your spells, some of them need more than one round to be cast.
All right.
And for all the rounds that you are working on a spell, you need the person that you're going to cast it on or the object within range and within sight. And you should take precautions against people throwing rocks at you.
Yes.
Or things like that, because it can break your concentration and then the spell fails.